And back at the MCI Center in Washington, the Wizards have sold out every game this season, both at home and on the road. And here are the starting lineups. The 4-15 Miami Heat, once amongst the elite. Jim Jackson starting at small forward, Brian Grant, Alonzo Mourning, Eddie Jones, their leading scorer, and Rod Strickland, who made his first start last night. Michael Jordan and Christian Laettner and Jahidi White up front for the Wizards. Rip Hamilton, who scored 30 points, a season's high, and he's in the backcourt along with Chris Whitney. So the Wizards winning in Memphis last night, 6-6 on the road, but 2-6 at home. And the Miami Heat, using the same starting lineup they used last night, they have won 2 out of 3 after dropping 12 in a row. And the Wizards at one point lost 8 straight games, so they have known the droughts. Ronnie Nunn, Sean Corbin, and Jim Kinsey are the officials, and the tip controlled by Miami. And the boos for Rod Strickland, who was released last February by the Wizards. Eddie Jones looking for Brian Grant, knocked away by Laettner. 6 on the shot clock. Jim Jackson from inside the three-point line. Grant keeps it alive.
Doug Collins and his staff very happy with the defense, the way that it is improving for the Washington Wizards. They're understanding their roles, and they're picking up the help deals and forcing teams into low shooting percentage.
And Alonzo Mourning travels, no basket, and the Wizards take over. According to Pat Riley, Alonzo Mourning is as strong and as quick he has been, but fatigue sets in, and that seems to affect all parts of his game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they can never predict when it's going to happen.
Michael Jordan feeding down on the baseline. And the turnaround by Rip Hamilton, who scored 30 points. He has led the Wizards in scoring 4 times in the last 5 games.
Well, he has the talent. He's very quick at 6'7", extremely quick in the open floor, can finish, and also has three-point range.
And Jackson from the corner was wide open. Jahidi White clears for the Wizards.
In a game like tonight, the pressure is on Washington to get easy baskets in transition as well as second shot attempts.
And here's Jordan. Jordan picked up by Jackson, and Jordan's turnaround hits Michael Jordan, who had 16 last night, but as you pointed out, not going to the free throw line again.
Doug Collins very happy with Michael, saying that he's playing great basketball in the last 4 games, not trying to do too much. The thing with Michael tonight, he's being played by Jimmy Jackson. It's like a guard. He's not being played by anyone 6'9" or 6'10", where sometimes he has difficulty shooting over the top.
10 on the shot clock. Rod Strickland, and they hear the boos every time he handles the ball, and a great feed to Alonzo Mourning for the Heat first basket.
Now that's the major plus for Rod Strickland. He can beat you off the dribble. You need to come to him because he's an excellent scorer and can finish in the paint.
Here's Whitney, picked up by Strickland. Wizards have struggled at home, losing 6 of their 8 games, but Hamilton, with an up and under, has his second basket.
Well, you can see he knows how to score.
And on the turnover, the Heat get it back, or the Wizards.
Hamilton is outstanding. Doug Collins thinks he's one of the best at the short game.
And Michael Jordan is one of the best at the short or long game, as Michael Jordan now, and the Wizards start out 4 for 4 from the field. Washington leading 8-2. And there is Grant battling with Laettner underneath. Grant setting a screen for Jackson, and they're going to call the offensive foul against Brian Grant.
Now, you brought out a good point, Dick. Laettner is an excellent post defender. He's not afraid to sacrifice his body. Grant is trying to hold his area. He's playing with a bruised foot, and we know that he missed 9 games, and his totals are down, not only in points, but in the rebounds.
3 minutes gone by. Jordan over Jackson, and claims he was hit on the hand. No call from Ronnie Nunn, and so the Miami Heat with only a basket from Alonzo Mourning in the first 3 minutes plus.
Right
and
now,
a steal by Jordan.
In the early going, Dick, they're allowing a lot of bumping at the defensive end of the floor.
Laettner over Grant. Long rebound into the hands of Brian Grant, and quickly Rod Strickland, who starting his second game at point guard. Grant working on Laettner. Good defense inside. And Mourning with the offensive rebound. Jahidi White and two former Georgetown Hoyas playing in Washington, D.C. go up. And finally, the foul is called against White.
What you liked about this play, Grant taking it strong to the rim, and then Alonzo Mourning coming in on the offensive board. We have two teams here tonight who are not great in statistics in regards to the rest of the league in offensive rebounding. They're both right at 10 and 11, which is not high when you consider that they are two low percentage shooting teams.
Alonzo Mourning, a 65% free throw shooter. In fact, the Miami Heat are next to last in the NBA at 68%. But let's take a closer look at Alonzo Mourning's career versus this season.
Well, you can see the season he's down with the points. Look at the field goal percentages down, and then also the rebounding. Now, the rebounding is big here because it's at the offensive end where Alonzo picks up a lot of extra points.
Wizards leading 8-3 as Mourning connected on 1 of 2 from the line. So both teams playing back-to-back games. Hamilton gets it. Laettner again will shoot from outside and hits this time. So Christian Laettner gives the Wizards a 7-point lead.
Miami will trap every pick and roll. When they trap the pick and roll or the pick and spot up, that spot up man will be open. It forces you now to make your next rotation. Christian Laettner will be open all night at the top. Now keep an eye right here. You're going to see Hamilton coming off the screen by Laettner. As he comes off, you'll see Grant step out and then his man trap him. Watch Laettner stepping back, but watch how they take the defense down into the low corner. Keep an eye on it. Now, see, this is called spacing. Once that ball comes back, it put pressure on Strickland or Mourning, and they have to clear that up. Riley immediately called the timeout. Otherwise, we'll see that screen and spot up time after time.
The Wizards have hit 5 jump shots for their 10 points, and Alonzo Mourning accounting for all 3 of Miami's points, and that will drop through for Brian Grant. So Brian Grant had been injured and coming back after missing 8 games with a bruised foot.
Well, Grant is an excellent jump shooter facing the basket. As you're seeing right now, Miami is showing you full court pressure, a little lazy trap, all right, by the power forward, Grant.
10 on the shot clock. And Jordan stepping back against Jackson is fouled. So Jim Jackson, who has been well-traveled throughout his career in the NBA, fouls Michael Jordan, so he is going to the line for the first time in 3 games.
The main thing here is when Michael elevates to get up on a shot, quit trying to block the shot. You caught him right on the hand. That's the second time Michael's been fouled. It's the first time that the referees put him on the line. Big thing right there is get up, put pressure on the shot.
There is Mourning and Jahidi White jockeying for position. And Michael Jordan makes the free throws to give the Wizards a 7-point lead. Jackson now handling the ball and guarded by Jordan. Off the screen, Eddie Jones stepping back. Jones has yet to attempt a shot. He's their leading scorer. Jackson inside the three-point line. Misses, and Michael Jordan coming down with the rebound. So in the first 5 minutes of the game, the Washington Wizards, as you mentioned, good spacing and hitting their perimeter shots. Jordan, turn around from the baseline, and Jordan now has 7 of the Wizards' 14 with 3 for 4 shooting.
Well, Michael's off to a great start. You can see he has a bounce in his movement, and he just elevates right up over the top of Jackson.
Strickland and Mourning, and Strickland with feed inside, and Jackson has it blocked by Laettner. Strickland in the lane hitting, so good persistence by 35-year-old Rod Strickland, and it's a 14-7 game.
Now, Rod Strickland can finish in the paint at 6'3", excellent elevation.
Laettner setting a high screen for Whitney. Strickland stays with him. Laettner driving and feeding Jahidi White, and White puts it through. Jahidi White softens it up in the middle, and then Brendan Haywood comes in.
Well, that's Laettner at his best. Instead of forcing a jump shot, putting it on the floor, you know Miami will quickly come on the double team. Laettner can pass.
And here is Eddie Jones, and he forces the foul, and will go to the line to shoot two.
Now just keep an eye on Laettner as he comes down into this area. You're going to see people come over, and Jahidi White will move right to this area and explode for the pass. Now keep an eye. See, now right there, you've got the double team Laettner. Excellent dish, and then send it home strong with two hands. Nothing soft that time.
Jones, one of the better free throw shooters at 83%. The foul was on Rip Jones. Or that was on Rip Hamilton, and Jones, who scored the game-winning basket with 10 seconds to go to give the Heat the win against Milwaukee, 99-97. 7-point lead for Washington. Jordan gets Jackson in the air, goes down low to Jahidi White, has it knocked away, recovers. And Hamilton battling Eddie Jones for the loose ball, and a timeout was called. So Eddie Jones calls a timeout before he was tied up. It is a 20-second timeout.
This is a situation where Washington has excellent passes. You know that Whitney, Jordan, and then Laettner will always give the ball up in traffic. So if you are a big man here, or you're moving without the ball, you have to get yourself in position to make the catch and then set yourself up for a high percentage shot. Jahidi White, he should have had another dunk right there.
And that is an example of where Michael Jordan wants these other teammates to get into the act. He's been doing that a lot more lately. You can see he's happier with the way things are going. It's not only the Michael Jordan show, and he wanted the big guy to get in it.
Well, winning will always force a camaraderie. The spirit picks up. You'll see the camaraderie of the guys, and it will always come down to, will you make a pass under pressure rather than force a bad shot? And when you see guys give it up, it becomes contagious, and then everybody wants to play with you. It sounds easy, but difficult to do when egos are involved and guys are worrying about stats.
But we saw that with the New Jersey Nets last week in their victory, handled victory over Phoenix.
Well, 29 assists, everybody sharing the ball.
Strickland with 5:20 to go in the lane, and he can get that all night.
All night. See, he's murder. He's murder from 17 feet down. You know he can score. Throughout his career, he's always been a terrific scorer, 14 points a game, shoots a high percentage. He takes point guards down in there and just gets right up over the top.
Played with the Wizards for 5 years, and then released in February, picked up by the Portland Trailblazers. And here is Hamilton. Jones gets a piece of it, and it comes out to Rod Strickland. Jordan is back with Whitney. No look pass to Jackson, who lays it in.
Strickland and Jackson give Miami two excellent passers in the open floor. Both guys could play point guard for you.
Miami on a 6-0 run, coming back after they trailed by 9. And they're going to call Jackson for the push-off on Michael Jordan.
Now keep an eye on this to the left of your screen. This is just a nice move by Rod Strickland. You know, sucking the defense towards him, thinking that he's going to take it all away and then dropping it off.
That is the second foul on Jackson. And he'll go out of the game and be replaced by LaPhonso Ellis. So Ellis, who averaged 9 points a game and 6 rebounds at Minnesota, his 4th team in 5 years, the Miami Heat, but a pretty good player to have around, can play several positions.
Excellent player. He can play right across the front line for you. Now, this is a tough matchup for LaPhonso against Michael.
Jordan misses the baseline shot, and Strickland the rebound. 3-point lead for the Wizards. They were up by 9. And the baseline basket by LaPhonso Ellis, who just came into the game with 4 minutes remaining in the first.
Well, LaPhonso Ellis, a high percentage shooter and loves the baseline jump shots.
Jordan sends it out to Laettner. Good ball movement, and Hamilton hitting the three, the first of the game. So Rip Hamilton stretches the Wizard lead again to 4.
Well, you always love it. When there's a trap, make 2 passes. That second pass will usually free you up.
The Wizards have led all the way, and Alonzo Mourning Turnaround against Jahidi White. Grant coming in for the offensive rebound, has it stripped away by Whitney. Wizards gaining a lot of confidence, having won 5 of their last 7 games. Here is Michael Jordan beating White. And White made sure on that occasion.
Well, you can see Jahidi White and Brendan Haywood, they both have pretty good hands. And all you do is just move. Michael will get the ball to you. He'll put it right on a dime. Now it's up to you to send it through.
So Washington already with 7 assists. So good ball movement and unselfish play by the Wizards. Under 3 minutes to go. Eddie Jones called for the charge. He was determined to get inside, and he knocked Laettner down. So a timeout with 2:54 remaining in the first.
Yeah, Eddie Jones definitely frustrated. This is a great move by Michael. How about the pass? Right on the money.
The Wizards lead by 6, and to no surprise, Michael Jordan leads the way with 8 points.
You can see tonight in these replays, he's got us hot. He just stares you down. He's right up in your face. Now, in this one, he goes to the baseline, up over the top of Jimmy Jackson. Now, here, he loves to take the double team. He'll always make the pass. It's always been a part of his game.
Michael Jordan, who missed a game and had fluid drained from his knee, has tendonitis, and the good news was nothing was structurally wrong with it. He's gone on a different exercise program, and it was in the Dallas game that he had his first and best explosiveness, according to Doug Collins, and he's showing that again tonight.
Yeah, I like it because the response is happening. We've had them now. This is our 3rd time, and we said in game 1, have patience with the young players, allow them to grow month to month, and then once you get in your offenses and your defenses, they'll play with a lot of confidence.
Hamilton misses the shot, and Jahidi White tries to tip it in. Anthony Carter in the game, Chris Gatling as well, and the jumper by LaPhonso Ellis. And the Heat trail now by a score of 21-17.
LaPhonso Ellis has always been a 15, 16-point scorer, and he shoots that nice, solid percentage, anywhere from 46 to 49%.
Tyronn Lue, who's been one of the people who has made the Wizards better coming off the bench at point guard, is in there. Kwame Brown, their #1 pick out of high school, is also in as Christian Laettner. Again, makes it 23-17, the Wizards.
Every time we come into a building, Christian Laettner has a great night.
That's right.
And he's always open in the same area. 18 to 21 feet from the basket.
And Carter trying to get it to Brian Grant. It's knocked away. Lue pulls up and hits from the foul line. So Tyronn Lue, and we've got a pretty good pace going here. The Wizards lead by 8.
Anytime you see the break with Tyronn out, you've got to get to him. Lue can score. And what I liked there was Laettner took the defense right with him. Lue pulled up and hit that medium jumper.
Rip Hamilton on the personal foul as we send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, Dick, you're talking about how Michael Jordan has changed or amended his practice and workout routine. The biggest difference in this 9 days since he had the fluid drained, he no longer takes part in the drills during practice. He also doesn't take part in the scrimmages. Instead of setting an example, as he always did with the Bulls and early in training camp, he voices his opinion, and during practice, he now stretches, ices, and spends most of the time riding a bicycle. Dick?
All right, that's the rundown on Michael Jordan, and he has responded. Hubert Davis, another Tar Heel, has come into the game replacing Rip Hamilton, who goes out with his 2nd personal foul. Meanwhile, a 3 by LaPhonso Ellis, who has 7 points since coming off the bench for Miami.
Wow, LaPhonso Ellis caught Kwame Brown standing on the wrong side of the lane and looking. LaPhonso just went right to that deep corner and spotted up.
Tyronn Lue missing the runner, and Ellis getting the rebound. So Ellis, who had been the starter, now coming off the bench. And Carter trying to get it to Grant. And the 3-point attempt by Ellis out of bounds, last touched by Miami. So LaPhonso Ellis, who was a starter for Pat Riley until the latest lineup change. Brian Grant coming back from injury and now coming off the bench. 5-point lead for the Wizards with 41 seconds remaining in the first. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Craig Sager from the MCI Center in Washington. Loop it into White. Eddie Jones broke that up.
Great defense. Eddie Jones read that perfectly.
And here is Gatling over to the side, and Jones missing a three, and Jahidi White getting the rebound.
Jahidi White has had an excellent quarter, not only at the offensive end, but he's rebounding big here in this game. And holding Miami to only one shot.
Yeah, no question about it. And then we have yet to see Brendan Haywood, who has really been on a tear as of late. Playing for the last shot practically of this first quarter. Lue driving in with the other hand, and the 24-second clock would have expired, and now the game clock expires, and that'll do it for the first quarter, as the Washington Wizards, led by Michael Jordan's 8 points, have led all the way. And after one here at the MCI Center, the Wizards, who are shooting 58%, lead Miami 25-20. A view of the Jefferson Memorial here in beautiful Washington, D.C. And I guess you'll be the toughest thing for a rookie to learn is defense in his early days in the league.
Well, the basketball is right here with Chris Gatling. You're going to see Kwame Brown here. His man is here. LaPhonso Ellis is going to go without the ball. And right now, as Gatling makes his move, he's going to pinpoint LaPhonso Ellis right across the area. Keep an eye there. And I see they don't double team. See, Kwame Brown did not double team Gatling, and he did not play his man. So Doug Collins has got to go and take him to school here now and get in his face a little bit.
There you see the stats in the first quarter. And Miami already committing 7 turnovers. Washington getting 8 points off of that. Brendan Haywood, who had 17 points and a season-high 15 rebounds and has been on a tear. The rookie from North Carolina, 20th pick, and was traded twice, has come in the game at center. And Ellis committing the foul for the Heat.
Now, Brendan Haywood right here in the last 2 wins, 19 points and 17 points. Not only that, how about 11 rebounds a game? And you can just love it. You just love his development.
Laettner along with Hubert Davis, Brendan Haywood, Kwame Brown, and Tyronn Lue for the Wizards. Jackson.
Good defense by Miami.
I would say the 24-second clock expired, and they were about 5 feet past the three-point line.
Great defense on the post-up by Grant. And then LaPhonso Ellis coming across the lane with that new 3-second count, helping him out as Grant played on the top of the post-up man.
So Ellis in there along with Grant and Gatling up front, and Carter in the backcourt with Jackson, who started the game at small forward, now playing the off-guard position. Wizards by 5. Opening minute here of the second quarter. Carter is open. And Jackson gets the loose ball and a new clock for the Heat. Anthony Carter, who had started 18 of 19 games at point guard before last night. Jackson with a run it, tries to tip it in. And Haywood finally comes down to it.
Gotta get it out and go, because this little guy with the ball can move it.
And a good combination to have in there for Doug Collins with Davis, Lue, and Brendan Haywood.
Miami tough on the post-up. They do not give you a clean look.
And Davis coming around, and they're going to call the offensive foul against Hubert Davis.
Yeah, Jimmy Jackson got banged right in the rib area. Hubert Davis is in there for his great three-point shooting it at 44% again this year.
And there's Laettner defending against Gatling. Gatling, a prolific scorer, working his way in, turnaround from the baseline. And Brendan Haywood getting the rebound. Haywood missing the first 12 games of the season with torn ligaments in his thumb, and is definitely part of the Wizards' future. And Laettner trying to feed the post, overthrows Kwame Brown.
Whenever you are going to feed a post guy, never throw him the ball until he calls for it. Because you could see Kwame Brown did not have his area. He was not posted up strong. As a matter of fact, the push came in the lower back, and that's the reason why he couldn't jump.
Alonzo Mourning replaces Brian Grant in the lineup for the Miami Heat. The picking spot up and banked in by Mourning, who has 5 points.
See, Jimmy Jackson at that small forward will give you a lot of stuff off the dribble. And this group out here right now, LaPhonso Ellis at power forward with Mourning and Jackson, the quick group.
Laettner in traffic, and there is Davis, and stolen by Anthony Carter. 2-on-1 with Gatling, who lays it in. And the Heat now trail by only one.
Yeah, you like what you're seeing here. This group is working hard defensively for Miami, and you love it in the break when you have a 2-on-1 that your point guard gives it up to a forward who's running hard.
4 turnovers by the Washington Wizards in less than 2 minutes. Doug Collins calls the timeout. Wizards by 1. Right now, let's take a look at the Saturday Night Classic Rush Hour on TNT.
We can hang in my crib. I will show you my hood.
What the hell did you just say?
Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Rush Hour, one of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
And here at the MCI Center, the Wizards lead cut to 1. Michael Jordan has been on the bench for 5.5 minutes. When he went out, the Wizards were up by 6. The lead has been cut to 1, and he remains on the bench with 9:20 to go in the first half. Kwame Brown with Hubert Davis, Christian Laettner, Tyronn Lue, and Brendan Haywood trying to set the screen. 5 on the shot clock, and the steal by Carter. And Anthony Carter getting the job done defensively, giving the Miami Heat their first lead of the game.
Now, there was a pick and a switch. And when they switched, Washington had a major mismatch going in the post area, and they completely went right away from it.
Carter with 2 assists and 2 steals since coming into the game. As the backup for Rod Strickland, Laettner going strong to the basket, is fouled and puts the Wizards in front and a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, you have to be able to read the traps. See, there was a trap there, and you could see his man. Gatling was running at him. Beautiful move by Laettner. Don't force the jumper. Take him off the dribble right to the rim.
And LaPhonso Ellis chalking up his second personal foul as Michael Jordan comes back into the game for the Wizards. Jordan, the game's leading scorer with 8 points. Ellis, the top point maker for the Heat with 7. And Laettner on the free throw line. The Heat, as we told you, one of the worst free throw shooting teams, but the Wizards one of the best at 80% as a club.
Well, the Wizards have 14 guys on their roster. 8 of them are shooting over 80%.
And Carter open for the shot, and that's what Pat Riley wants him to do, not drive, but hit the open shot. He's just come up empty, though, on 2 of those occasions. Hamilton back in the lineup, leaves it for Jordan. And the rebound by Brendan Haywood, and Laettner puts it in. So Haywood was there, and then Laettner comes in to score, and now he has 9 points and has overtaken the high scoring. 4 minutes gone by, and the Wizards up by 4 after seeing their 9-point lead knocked away, and a defensive play by Laettner. Jordan feeds Hamilton, who's fouled by Ellis.
Here what we're having now is guys are posting up. The defender is behind the post up now. Instead of getting him the ball, you're allowing yourself to be trapped. When you allow yourself to be trapped, Washington is quick, and they're causing the turnovers. You have to read the initial pass.
So Ellis now picking up his 3rd foul, and Eddie Jones is going to check into the game for the Miami Heat. Popeye Jones has come in for the Wizards. Hamilton makes good on the first free throw. Fans, you can vote right now for the starters in NBA All-Star 2002. Just log on to NBA.com or America Online, AOL keyword NBA All-Star, and cast your ballot. So Ellis goes out of the game with 3 fouls, and he did a good job other than that aspect with 7 points. Rod Strickland also comes back in. So right now, Strickland and Carter are both in the game. 2-point guard for Miami.
Well, Strickland, being such a great scorer, can play the 2 position without any problem.
Carter from Strickland, in and out, and Popeye Jones the rebound.
Yeah, he's had all good looks at the basket tonight, but the ball will not drop.
Lue for 3, and he's got it. Tyronn Lue, whose game has moved up a notch in every area, including the outside shooting, and the Wizards now lead by 9 points, matching their biggest of the game, and Pat Riley wants to talk it over.
Oh, you've got to get to Lue, because Lue is a proven scorer. Big-time scorer in college at Nebraska, and he was a big 3-point high percentage shooter. the young guy definitely wants the three.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
And the nation's capital and the Capitol building here in Washington as we welcome you back to the MCI Center in Washington. At halftime, the Washington Wizards lead the Miami Heat 49-40. The Heat scoring 20 points in each of the first two quarters. Washington shooting 56%, the Heat 46.
Well, you look at it this way for Miami, Dick. Eddie Jones only has 2 shot attempts. He's your high scorer, leading you at right up there at 19 points a game. That's a problem. They're missing their jump shots. On the other side, Washington doing a great job, 56%. Their bench came in and gave them 13 points. And then Michael is having an excellent game with the 14 points and the 5 assists.
All right now let's check in with Craig.
Well, Pat Riley wants to make a big adjustment defensively. He was not happy with the fact that Washington shot 56%. He thought that Jimmy Jackson, after he picked up the 2 quick fouls against Michael, backed off and let Michael dictate what was going on the offensive end of the floor. As for the other end, he was mentioning also what Hubie was talking about the first half, that Eddie Jones needs to be more aggressive, especially if he has Tyronn Lue guarding him and needs to go to the paint more.
All right, thank you very much, Craig. And the front court advantage of 12 more. Eddie Jones 4, Grant has 2. Mourning, their leading scorer with 9. And there's Hamilton missing the first shot of the second half. Misses the first 2 shots, and it's tapped out to Laettner. So it's Laettner, Chris Whitney, Hamilton with Michael Jordan and Jahidi White for the Wizards. Jordan double-teamed. Hamilton is left open. And he scored.
That was excellent movement. They ran their double screens, staggered screens on the baseline. They turned around twice. And then with Michael coming off the dribble, you know you're getting the double team. Someone's open.
Jim Jackson with Rod Strickland, Eddie Jones, along with Alonzo Mourning and Brian Grant. But the front court hasn't gotten it done for the Heat. Mourning will try to change that as he hits his first shot.
I like what Alonzo's doing tonight. When they hit him in the post, he's turning, facing his man, and he's making something happen. But the big thing is get him the ball. He's now 5 for 6 from the field.
And 11 points for Alonzo Mourning. Jordan getting loose on the baseline, shooting over Jackson and Michael with 16.
Yeah, he's in a flow tonight. You can see he likes his game, but he also realizes that there's no strain tonight on the release. No 6'9", 6'10", 6'11 guy in his face.
Strickland gives it up to Jackson for 3, and he's got it. Jim Jackson hitting the second three-pointer by the Heat. He now has 11 points. And it's an 8-point Wizard lead. They have led all the way other than 1 point in one segment. And Jordan, stealing it now, has 18.
Yeah, he's going to go right back at Jimmy Jackson. No way is Michael going to allow him, mainly because they've had words throughout the entire first half. But Jimmy Jackson right now is 5 for 10 from the field and having a nice game himself.
And Jones driving against Hamilton. And Jones off the rim. Jones is 0 for 3 from the field right now. They need more than that from their leading scorer. And Rip Hamilton with a move. He has 13. And the lead now of 12 is the biggest of the game.
Yeah, Doug Collins says that, no doubt about it, Hamilton has one of the best, if not the best, mid-range game in the league. Anything from 5 out to 15 to 17 feet. He takes it strong off the dribble, and then he shoots a high percentage in that painted area.
Miami calls a timeout, and he says he would like Rip Hamilton to be an all-round player, not just a shooter, and that's what he wanted Allen Houston to be, more of an all-round player when they were together in Detroit.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Chrysler, Drive Equals Love, and by HBO Home Video. The Sopranos, the complete second season is now available on video and DVD.
The Washington Monument and its reflection here in the District of Columbia as the Washington Wizards trying to make it 4 in a row and come within 3 games of the 500 mark. At one point, they had dropped 8 straight games and they look like a different team. And the Miami Heat, which has been a different team than they have been in the past with 4 and 15, trying to get back in the game, trailing by 12. Here's Jackson shooting over Christian Laettner, and Jahidi White battling for the ball, and a loose ball foul has been called against Alonzo Mourning.
Anytime that they get down inside in the post area, meaning Miami, something good happens. So I don't understand why they continue to settle for that 18 or 20-foot jump shot, which they have not made tonight. Yeah, you're going to say, well, it's wide open. Yes, it is wide open, but nothing is going down.
Laettner looking in for Jahidi White, defended by Mourning. No foul on the collision, and White battling his way. He's got a lot of both.
Watch out.
Jahidi White.
Yeah, you knew it.
And the technical foul.
Yeah, now watch it, Alonzo. Because, see, Alonzo got smashed into. Jahidi White definitely went right into his chest. And he's saying, give me the same call at the other end of the floor. And when he went over and he attacked the referee, and whatever he said, you know, the magic word was probably involved. And if that's the case, that's automatic.
So the technical on Alonzo Mourning. And Chris Whitney connecting on the free throw. So it's been a frustrating night for the Miami Heat. They have led only once, and that for less than a minute at 26-25. Rod Strickland, who's moved into the starting lineup, that point guard, nearly loses his footing, tries to get it in and does to Grant, and Grant is fouled hard by White.
Miami is playing disjointed basketball. They're playing like slow motion, you know, and unfortunately for us, we're using real speed on the cameras. And
good point.
You know, and it's just amazing. Guys are wide open. They hit the guy, and then it takes forever for the shot to get off. But I'm glad that they went for a good head fake here. Put Grant on the line. Maybe he'll get cooking here.
Well, Grant makes the first free throw. Remember, he was the center for most of last year when Alonzo Mourning was out with his kidney ailment, and then he went to the bench. Big difference from a year ago to now.
Well, you can see right now, he had a bruised foot early in the season, and it has forced him to miss a number of games, 8. He has not been able to get back into a rhythm. And you can say, well, you know, he's not getting as many shot attempts as he got a year ago as the center. Well, that's true.
And he doesn't have as much room to take the shots now that he is playing the forward position, going against quicker people. Knocked the ball away from Jahidi White, and here come the Heat. Here is Strickland. Strickland will put it up, and it doesn't go, and it's getting a little testy underneath there.
And they called it on Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning thought the foul was on Jahidi White, that he grabbed him, that he grabbed his arm.
Instead, it's on Mourning, and that is his 3rd personal foul. So Alonzo Mourning, understandably upset here. .13 lead for the Wizards. And Jordan being blanketed by Jim Jackson. White setting a screen. Jordan pushes back and hits. So Jackson playing him tight. Jordan takes the step back.
Yeah, but you said it perfectly. Pushed off. He did. He pushed it right off on that bump and just elevated right up over.
20 points for Michael Jordan. And a 62-47 lead. So again, the Wizards leading by 15. Mourning leaves it for Jackson, and he hits his second 3 to bring the Heat to within 12 again.
Now, Jimmy Jackson, since his return, let's face it, you know, this is only his 5th game. He right now is 6 for 7 in 3. So you know he has the feel.
Played 56 games last year with Atlanta and then Cleveland. Coming off a 16.7 rebound effort against Milwaukee. Hamilton with the push shot off the front rim, and Grant making the rebound. So Miami trying to stage a run here, nearly midway through the 3rd, and Strickland misses. Grant is there for the offensive rebound. Goes up.
Oh, don't call 3 seconds. Oh, I can't. Pat Riley right now will flip out. I mean, that is always, that's exasperating, okay, right now, because you hate to see it go 1-3. You know, you like to see a guy go 1,000, 1,000 to 1,003, right? Now keep an eye on Jordan right here. Boom, there's the push. You see Jimmy Jackson? He didn't hop back 3 feet. He was knocked back 3 feet.
Eddie House has come in the game along with Anthony Carter. So the Heat getting small all of a sudden, at least in the backcourt. And the question is, can the Wizards post up against these guys?
Yeah, see, Pat Riley's exasperated. He's pleading with Ronnie Nunn. Unfortunately, Ronnie Nunn is not involved in these calls. It's the other two guys.
Jordan foul. Jackson was on his wrist. And Jim Jackson picking up his third foul. And another technical foul.
Watch out.
Mourning got one a few seconds ago, and Jim Jackson gets the technical foul here, and Jordan will go to the line to shoot.
Miami's on a short string. They're all frustrated here. They're missing wide open shots. They can't stop the Wizards, in their easy play. And then right now they don't feel that they're getting an even break. Now keep an eye on this right now. We told you earlier tonight, Jimmy Jackson caught him twice on the hand. Now there it is right there. And what they're saying is that he caught him. He definitely caught him. He caught him from the wrist down on the release of the shot.
Well, Jordan missed the technical free throw and now is on the line. And this one goes off too, just like the other did. So Jordan now is hoping to just make one.
Well, MJ, an 83% shooter this year, 84% for his career. Things just are not going right at all. But you can see Jimmy Jackson has got to stop trying to block the shot.
Jordan with 21. And the Wizards lead by 13, 63-50. Under 7 minutes to go in the third. Eddie House to Carter. Carter using Grant as a screen. Brian Grant with another offensive rebound and a putback.
Now that's nice. That's good to see. Maybe they'll get rolling here right now.